Our story begins in the fields of Bethlehem, where a young shepherd named David tends to his father's sheep. David is just a boy, but he already displays remarkable courage and faith. When a lion and a bear come to attack the flock, David fights them off, trusting God to give him strength. His bravery is unmatched, and his heart is pure, earning him the favor of God. One day, the prophet Samuel visits David's family. God has chosen a new king for Israel, and he has directed Samuel to anoint David. Though David is the youngest of his brothers and seemingly unremarkable, God tells Samuel, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Samuel pours oil over David's head, declaring him the future king of Israel. David's greatest test comes when the Philistines challenge Israel. Their champion, a giant named Goliath, mocks Israel and their God. While everyone else is too afraid to fight, David steps forward, armed with only a sling and his faith. "You come against me with a sword and spear," David says to Goliath, "but I come against you in the name of the Lord." With a single stone from his sling, David strikes the giant on the forehead, defeating him. After his victory, David is brought to King Saul's court. Saul is tormented by a troubled spirit, and David is called to play his harp to bring peace to the king. David's music is soothing and filled with the presence of God, calming Saul's heart. This marks the beginning of David's rise in the royal court, though it also sparks jealousy in Saul's heart. As David's popularity grows, Saul becomes consumed with jealousy. He tries to kill David multiple times, but God protects David. David flees into the wilderness, living as a fugitive while Saul hunts him. Despite having opportunities to harm Saul, David refuses, saying, "I will not lay my hand on the Lord's anointed." His integrity and trust in God remain steadfast. After Saul's death, David is crowned king of Israel. He rules with wisdom and courage, uniting the nation and bringing the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. David dances with joy before the Lord, celebrating God's faithfulness. Though he makes mistakes, David's heart is always turned toward God, and he is remembered as a man after God's own heart. David's life is a story of faith, courage, and repentance. Despite his flaws, his deep love for God and his willingness to seek forgiveness make him one of the most beloved figures in the Bible. Through David's lineage, God fulfills his ultimate promise by bringing the Messiah, Jesus Christ, into the world.